All right, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Chris, aka Blue Enforcer Titans of Truth. We are about to get ready to get started in just a moment. So we got a very special guest. As you can see, it is ladies' night, and we are about to have a good old time. So we finna get ready to talk Jags as we get ready to go down, and we got a rebound, y'all. So 30 seconds, we finna get started on Titans and Truth. Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody? Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing? Welcome in to a brand new edition of Titans and Truth. I'm your man, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we are going to have a wonderful episode on this evening. We are going to have some fun. And fellas, I hope y'all are coming in and everything, because it is indeed ladies' night here on Titans and Truth. And so before we do get into all of that, I need y'all to do me a favor and definitely make sure y'all share this show out. Make sure y'all share the show out on, you can take a snap picture of it and everything, share it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and also off of YouTube as well. Go ahead and smash that like button. Want to get about 60 to 70 likes tonight and everything. So y'all come on in, as more of you come on in, and we get to enjoy the show. And also, let's see, then as well, y'all excuse me, y'all. Having a little technical difficulty right quick. There we go. There we go. Wondering what was going on for a second. Yeah, give me just a quick second. I got to work out this technical matter that I'm dealing with. Not sure exactly what's going on here. Okay. I don't know what just happened there, y'all, but we are going to keep going. So now that we've gotten whatever issue I'm trying to have out of the way, sorry about that, everybody. I'm gonna definitely bring on my special guest, and we're gonna go ahead and get right into it in just a minute. And also, before we do that, make sure if y'all haven't gotten some of your Titans and Truth swag, you can also check out my friend Miss Latoya Akinyemi. You can email her at queenbutterflytees@gmail.com or on Instagram at queenbutterflytees, or you can email me as well at canewell817@gmail.com. If you want a Titans and Truth hat, just like the one that I have on right here, you can hit up my guy, Out the Crib Customs. That's at out_the_customs on Instagram, and you can definitely hit him up there to get your Titans and Truth swag. So not sure exactly what was going on with that, but we're gonna be okay with everything. And so now I bring in my very special guest, the lovely Miss LaShondra Green.
Hi, Chris.
How's it going? Welcome in and everything. And thank you for sticking with me. I don't know what my computer is trying to do. It's acting like it wants to have a mind of its own and be under control. So, so forgive me for that. But welcome in. Glad to have you with us. And of course, I got to do something special for you and for all the ladies in the house tonight, because it is ladies' night. Gotta play the music. Gotta play it. All right. So I had to do that a little bit. Fellas, y'all make sure y'all let your ladies know that they need to come on in here in the place to be and join us. I see we got quite a few people coming in here. We got Titans Rossi saying he's pumped. Ian says, here in the bass in the song. Yeah, I gotta have it a little bit. Miss Mims, I see her in here. She was on last month. I am doing well. Ian, how's it going with you? Diego, man, I'm feeling a little bit better, and I was very much ticked off indeed over that loss. And Tremaine, you are not late. You are on time, and that is cool. We are good with that. The Titans actually gave me this flag, so I may have to. If I find an extra one, I might give it away. And I'm also gonna make sure I'm gonna be picking somebody random to give a free T-shirt to. I've been forgetting to do that since the 200th episode, and I've gotten 1,000 subscribers. So I will be giving away a shirt tonight. To just, I'm just gonna pick somebody random. If you're watching, you got a shot. So it is what it is on that. But it is indeed ladies' night. And before we go talking about the Jags and everything, Sandra, I'm gonna give you a chance to, as I've already have went off constantly about this awful loss to the Jets. I'm gonna give you a chance to air your grievances for a bit, and let's finally put this ugly, despicable, lethargic, pathetic excuse of a loss to bed. What was going through your mind?
I was just thinking that we always do this. Every time we have a team that we should beat, we end up losing against them. And teams they think that we should lose against, we'll win. Like the Seahawks, everyone thought we was going to lose that one, but we won. And we just knew we were going to beat the Jets, but we lost.
Absolutely. I mean,
Gave them their first win.
Yes.
Better not get a Jacksonville Jaguars their first win.
That's what I'm hoping for. That is exactly what I'm hoping for. And I mean, I agree, because it's become typical. And I think that's why everybody is now kind of like, don't know really what to say about this upcoming game, because you don't know what you're going to get. You really don't know what you're going to get. Just when you're thinking, oh, yeah, the Titans, they're going to take care of business. They on a roll. This happens. It's like they build us up just to tear us down. And it just doesn't make any sense.
But hopefully everybody's back healthy and we can have our wide receivers next week.
And that's something we will get into, because I do have a little bit of the injury report to give out on that. And I mean, wasted a great effort from the King, who rushed for 157 yards in that game and a touchdown. But unfortunately, the offensive line in pass protection just couldn't hold up to snub, letting Ryan Tannehill get just hammered to 7 sacks. Not exactly good. Offensive line has some major problems. Secondary is not looking great. And on this show, ladies and gentlemen, there will be no Jackrabbit on this show. From now on, I'm going with the name his mammy gave him, Norris.
He got shook a couple times.
Exactly. And of course, other people have called him Jackass Jenkins. You know, the donkey. Oh, donkey of the week has to be Norris, because I am not ever calling him Jackrabbit ever again. Sorry. You got to earn the right to be called Jackrabbit in this community. Call me Jackrabbit. Call me Jackrabbit. No, sir. I'm calling you Norris.
Oh, shucks.
So that's what that is. But I mean, you know, the defense did well early, but kind of fade away late. It's like it was a tale of two halves. Defense was doing well, but offense didn't help them out. Then the second half, the offense kind of was starting to do something, but then the defense started to kind of fall apart a little bit. So just well, we're gonna get into who's to blame with the dunce of the day, because I am pretty sure there are plenty of nominees to go around with this. So now that we have kind of aired out some grievances. I feel better. How do you feel now that you've aired out your grievances a little bit and this game is in the past?
I feel like I'm ready for the next game, but I think it's going to be another heart attack, up and down. We can't just ever go in there and just win.
You know what?
Just go in there and win.
You bring up an excellent point. And that's something I'm glad you did. The problem with the Titans is this. They never seem to want to win easy. It's like they always make it hard on themselves. And I mentioned this on some shows in the past, and I've seen some shows and I've watched some shows. One thing about the Tennessee Titans is that you see the Buffalo Bills. They played the Houston Texans, were a 17.5-point favorite. What do? They crushed the Houston Texans 40-0. Kansas City facing Philadelphia. What do? They beat them down 42-30. Buffalo, anybody that's in front of them, they killed them like a killing machine. And we play like this. If we play like we played against the Jets against Buffalo, we will be embarrassed on national TV. Sorry to say, but hey, y'all know what this show is called. It's called Titans and Truth. Keyword, truth. Truth. If you're looking for a fanboy, if you're looking for fanboys and fangirls, this ain't the show for you. Truth will win out. And that's what we have to do. So it's like we never make it easy on ourselves. We always have to just make it a dogfight when we could just blow this team out and be done with it.
Yes, it always goes down to the last second, overtime.
If you got high blood pressure, you better take your medicine. I take my medicine every morning.
Me too. Mine's sky high.
Woo, you got that right. But before we do get into the Two-Tone Blue Star of the Week and everything, I'm going to let's get a couple of comments in here, get y'all involved in here. Jermaine says, I think all Titans fans was pissed off. Agreed. My nephew, Chris Caesar comes in. Titans need to wake up. That loss really stings, made me angry. I think we all were. And all I kept saying during the live stream on Sunday, shout out to the Titans fan club of Memphis, by the way, all I kept saying was, this game just feels so uncomfortable to me. Like, I don't feel like, even though we were up 9-0, I didn't feel like we were winning, And
we kept getting field goals.
Exactly.
Instead of scoring.
If you score a touchdown, now, I'm going to give credit to the Jets defense, and I'm going to pull up some numbers in a minute. He says Titans going to be Titans. Same old Titans. That much is true. And Ms. Bill coming in saying it's the kicker's fault. No, yes. Randy Bullock did miss the kick at the end, but honestly enough, he shouldn't have been put in that situation in the first place. You had 3rd and 5, and you have a delay of game. And then you have an incomplete pass. So you have potentially a 49-yard field goal. You're probably going to gotten closer into maybe getting it under 40 yards, making it a little bit easier. And I just felt like the Titans played not to lose instead of playing to win. Does that kind of make sense? Hold on, Chandra, I got you. Live show, everybody. I was saying, does it make sense that it feels like the Titans were playing not to lose instead of playing to win?
Yes. I didn't know what they were doing. And I don't think it's the kicker's fault because he just would have tied it up and made it a tie.
And, and I hear a lot of people saying, the people saying, give it a Taylor Ward. That might
be one of the way too much money.
That might be one of the comments of the day. Right there. I like that. So, yes, I mean, it did feel like that. So let's go ahead and get to the Two-Tone Blue Star of the Week, if there is any. Because if you take a look at this, and before we do that, I'm sorry, y'all, I forgot to pull up these stats, that this is the stats from the game. So you see that we outgained the Jets, we outrushed the Jets, we would have outpassed the Jets if it wasn't for those 7 sacks, and we dominated time of possession. Normally, most of that equals a win, but you have 7 sacks. You let Zach Wilson look like a superstar instead of your rookie quarterback, and this is what happens to you. So, those numbers don't tell the whole story, but it does say something on that. So, I mean, it's mind-boggling, I tell you. So, everybody, who is your two-tone blue star of the week? There's probably not too many nominees to go around. There's only really about, I would say, 3 or 4 perhaps that we could go with in this game. So who would y'all two-tone blue star of the week be in this instant? I know we're going to get to the favorite part of Dunce of the Day. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But who would y'all say is the two-tone blue star of the week? Let's see. He said blue star of the week should go to Titans fans who wasted money to support a team that let them down. I do spend money. LaShondra is also a season ticket holder like myself. Am I correct?
Yes.
She's a season ticket holder just like me. She comes up from Alabama just like I come up from Memphis for the game to sit there and watch that. So, obviously, the most obvious option comes with Derrick Henry, which, I mean, it's pretty freaking obvious, I think. I mean, I think it's okay to just say we bow down to the king. As you see right there, the one and only Derrick freaking Henry, who had 157 yards on 33 carries. And so, yes, that's pretty much it. Two-tone blue star of the week has to be Derrick Henry, and it's really not even close. I mean, no diss to Jeremy McNichols. Jeremy McNichols had probably his best game as a Titan, had 8 catches, 74 yards out of the backfield. And, Christian Fulton had a nice interception, but I think they put him in a bad situation in the slot where they should have kept him outside. Harold Landry is the only one that really got home on Zach Wilson. And that's really about it as far as stars. Chandra, was there anybody else you noticed besides the obvious one who did any kind of good?
Well, Harold Landry did okay. You think?
I would say okay. That's true. That's true.
Okay.
I'll give him an honorable mention. I'll give him an honorable mention. That's cool. That's cool. I can give it that. And of course, we have to be winners, us fans, for just witnessing this albatross. Look, y'all. Look, we love our team. We love our team as much as anybody else. But remember, y'all know how I am. I'm going to tell the truth. Brutal honesty is what we do here. And Kent Woods did mention somebody else I did forget about. Danico Autry did have a pretty nice game. Not going to lie. Danico Autry did have a very nice game. Cooper TV says, never call a winner until the final whistle is blown. That much is a fact. It ain't over until it's triple zeros. That's true. So Danico Autry does deserve an honorable mention. He did make some key stops. So now that we've had the two-tone blue star of the week, I know everybody's looking to this part. Who is the dunce of the day? And I'm sure there are plenty of options to go around, and many who probably deserve this sound. Many who deserve that sound, because there was a lot of guys who really sucked in this game. So I think everybody is just excited to put this one in. Let's see. I know somebody already mentioned Jadoris.
Jack Rabbit.
Yeah. We don't say Jackrabbit no more on this
Oh, I
show.
forgot. We can't call him that.
We can't call him that. Philip comes and said, last week I said Jenkins was a dunce, and you disagreed. That's true. So, and I always say that, y'all. If I'm wrong, call me out on my crap. I was wrong, and I do see the light. Philip, you are correct. I do see the light. Take me to Jesus. I have done so. So, Facebook said we always play down to our competition. That much is true. Somebody said, it's like I'm in a complicated relationship. That is exactly what this is. It is a complicated relationship. It really is. It's like if you say I'm dating the Tennessee Titans, you would say it's complicated.
Yes,
That much is
very.
a fact. I do agree with that. So Pauly D says Janoris Jackass. His name is Bunny Rabbit from henceforth. Everybody's piling on Janoris, right? Let's see. Heather
Taylor.
this says Taylor Warner. Really, as a whole, you could put the entire offensive line.
Tanner got sacked, what, 7 times?
7 times. You know, Lee comes in and says defense and the O-line. I would probably say some of the secondary and some which could be possibly coaching. C-Dub comes in with Nate Davis. And I can mention that. Nate Davis has not really done anything, and he was supposed to be on a higher trajectory, but he's not really doing anything. He's missed some blocks. He missed a blitz pickup against Seattle. I mean, I don't know. Something's wrong with Nate Davis right now. Maybe he's still kind of getting better from COVID. You know, him and Ben Jones was on it. Facebook says, let's see. O-line, Taylor Warren, offensive defensive coordinator. I see some people going out to Shane Bowen. Yet again, Kent Wood says Vrabel and coaching staff. Let's see. Get your stuff together. I know that's right. So, you know, let's see. Crookshank. That was a bad play on Crookshank. I thought he was trying to jump it at the same time, but you know, that turned out to be a pretty big play. Now, this one is interesting. J-Rob. And J-Rob, you know, he deserves some heat too. Because his last 2 drafts, you've only seen one really contribute. Now, Elijah Bolden, I'm not ready to give up on him yet. The Titans staff don't need to give up on him either. Just don't need to put him against speedy receivers. This would have been a good game for him to play under because the guys on there are not really speedy. They were more possession guys. So this would have probably been a nice game for Bolden to play in. I don't know why he's not getting another shot. So, Chandra, who is your dunce of the day?
I'm with you on that O-line. I don't like Tannehill getting sacked that many times.
Because if he gets, and that's the thing, Tannehill is on pace to get sacked 72 times. And he only got sacked 25 times all of last year. He's been sacked 17 times, and we're only 4 games in. We still got 14 more games to, well, I take that back. We still got 14 more games to go. So, you know, that is definitely there. So I definitely wouldn't mind that. Now, I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to go with the coaching staff. Vrabel, Bowen, and Todd Downing collectively as the dunce of the day. And this is why. Your players have to execute, but it also comes down to game plan. And I just don't think Vrabel had these guys ready to play. Bowen and Todd Downing did not adjust or adapt very well. And if you're seeing that your offensive line is struggling, you try some different plays to either move the pocket, get the ball out of Tannehill's hands quicker, even though he didn't really have any time to do anything, because it's like within about 2 seconds, a guy was in his face. And Shane Bowen, didn't really adjust to what Zach Wilson and the guys were doing, because every time it seemed like Zach Wilson was getting out of the pocket, buying time, and chucking it deep, instead of keeping outside contained with your guys, keeping them in the pocket so he has nowhere to escape to. And Vrabel just seems he has that arrogant attitude, like he knows more than everybody else, and we know nothing. And it comes with that same old swan song. We got to coach better. We got to do better. We got to play better. I am so sick of hearing that. And C-Dub says, Keith Carter, hey, I said coaching, so he's included in this too. Man, we got shout out from Hawaii. Waikiki.
Hawaii.
Yeah, I need to get out to Hawaii. I need to go to Hawaii. That's on my bucket list. I got to go to Hawaii, so, we get out into the deep waters. Yeah. And so Ms. Vince comes and says, Ferguson should have caught the touchdown on 3rd down. Tannehill throws the ball too hard. It doesn't matter if he throws it hard or not. They still got to catch it. They still need to catch it.
You can catch it.
Exactly. So, I mean, yes, I gotta go with coaching. With that. So, Josh says Downey has no idea how to adjust, and I've given up on Bowen. Vrabel, your friend, is an awful DC. Get your head out of your butt. Vrabel ain't my friend, because I've had people say I should be in on the press conferences asking Vrabel the tough questions. And I think a lot of times some of the media do seem to be a bit intimidated by him and are afraid to ask those really, really, really tough questions, because it's like Vrabel looks at you like you're stupid, which I already said it. If I'm in the press conference, Vrabel's going to hate me. Vrabel will hate me, because I'm going to be like this, and I'm pretty sure some of the other guys are like this too. We're the voice of the fans. Like, other fans cannot get into the press conference to ask Vrabel, well, how come your defensive backs are playing 10 yards off the ball on 3rd and 3? We can't go in there and ask, how come Todd Downing doesn't help move the pocket and protect Tannehill a little bit better? We can't get in there and ask those questions. So, I would love to be in there. I would love to be a fly on the wall with that one. And, a lot of people are talking about, Derrick Henry and having to kind of relieve him a little bit. Y'all check out these numbers. This is a tweet John Glenn has sent out after Sunday, and I don't have it, but I know the numbers. Derrick Henry right now is on pace for 2,168 yards. He's on pace for 480 carries and 540 touches. Think about that for a second, y'all. Now, the 2,168 is great, because that means he breaks the all-time record and pretty much ensures he's going to the Hall of Fame, because he will be the only running back in NFL history with 2 2,000-yard seasons. But the pain to get to it. The previous record for carries is 416 by Larry Johnson, and it damn near killed him. The record number for touches is 492 back in 1984. Nobody has ever had 500 touches, ever. And Derrick Henry is on pace to eclipse that with ease. So, my question to all of y'all before we get into Pick My Brain, are we relying too much on Derrick Henry? I mean, I know in a way, I know the obvious answer, y'all, because no Julio, no AJ. And thank God AJ got back to practice today, but we'll see, because it's only Wednesday. Are we putting too much on Derrick Henry's shoulders. I want y'all to give y'all thoughts. Chandra, please give me your thoughts. Are we doing too much with Derrick Henry?
Well, I think we do overwork him, but that's what he want to do it. And that's the Titans. They're going to run the ball. But we do need to do more in the throwing game. To every first down, it seemed like we run the ball. They already know what we're going to do. I think we could change it up a little, but he's still going to be our workhorse.
That is correct. And I do agree with that. It does seem like no matter what, it all goes through Derrick Henry.
It does.
It all seems like it starts and ends with the king. And I mean, we all seen the workout videos. The dude works out like a freaking monster. I was talking to my guy Reggie from the Titans fan club of Memphis last night. I don't think Derrick Henry is human. I really don't.
He came from Alabama.
Look, we know he came from Alabama. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very much so. I know it's roll time. Ugh. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I am not a Vols fan either. Memphis Tigers and Michigan Wolverines and the Florida State Seminoles have my heart. Thank you. Anyhow, I do respect what Alabama has done. Should have took them by minus 14.5 against Ole Miss, by the way. Shout out to Alabama, though. But the dude is superhuman. I mean, the guy, I don't know if he's of this earth. I think he might be an alien. An alien with superhuman powers. The guy is jacked like a monster. And I don't think he cares if he gets 480 carries. He feels he can do it.
Yes.
So I'm like, you know what? If Derrick Henry is good with that, so am I. But we do need to help him in the passing game. That much is a fact. And let's see. Last time we ever returned a punt for a touchdown. We haven't returned one for a touchdown in a long time. Because Adoree Jackson had one in the preseason, but it was called back. So I know a lot of people want Vrabel out. But unfortunately, J-Rob picked his boy. And Vrabel has Bowen and Downey, who he personally picked. He won't get rid of them. Although Jim Schwartz is probably just sitting back, like he's just sitting back like, keep screwing up, Shane Bowen. Keep screwing up. I'm ready to take your job. Give me that job. I should be coaching them anyway. So Philip Madden says, I want Vrabel out. I've seen enough. Hey, yes, the Bucs could get over the hump with Dungy, but he got to Indianapolis and won him a Super Bowl. So find their Gruden. The only problem is Gruden ain't doing so well with the Raiders right now. I mean, they're doing okay, but I mean, ain't looking too good. So, but I think it is a lot on his plate and everything, but we got to do what we got to do. So here's the injury report right here. It's a pretty big list. You got Aaron Brewer, Jayon Brown, Tommy Hudson, Julio Jones, Brett Kerr, Taylor Lewan, Racey McMath, and Nick Westbrook-Akina all did not practice. Danico, Kari Blazigan, AJ, Bud Dupree, Rashawn Evans, Sharif Finch, all the other guys were limited. Caleb Farley and Tierra Tart were full participation, which I'm glad that AJ and Bud practiced in limited capacity, but we'll see as the week goes on if those stay limited or become full. And I think Roger Saffold also practiced. He's in concussion protocol. He's got to practice to clear it. Caleb Farley being a full participant is a very good sign, but again, it's just Wednesday. We need to see Thursday and Friday. But I pray to God AJ comes back. We need AJ. AJ, come back.
We can't have both of them out.
Exactly. Julio, we need you too. Which they probably got Julio locked up somewhere like, we ain't bringing you out till after the media is gone. Then you practice. So That's probably what's going on with that. Oh, dang. Tyrod said, I like malarkey. You know what? In most retrospect, I did too, except for the fact that he wouldn't get rid of Robisky, which is why he got fired. Had he just got rid of Terry Robusky, he would have still been the head coach of the Tennessee Titans right now. Would you agree? So you can't be just pausing on me like this, y'all. Hey,
I've been messing with my phone.
Jokes is jokes. We just having a good time, y'all. But that list is way too long. I do agree with that. And everything. So, I mean, Vrabel is a good coach, but I mean, does he get us over the hump? That's an excellent question. He'll get us to the playoff, but I don't know if he'll get us to the big one.
I like Vrabel, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure yet either. And I'm pretty sure, I think somebody was like, look, one of y'all need to freaking play. I definitely agree with that with over chicken. I do agree. But y'all, let's get to one of my favorite parts of the show and yours too. It is time for PMB. Pick my freaking brain.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
So it is indeed time for Pick My Brain. So y'all know what to do. Get some questions in. Hit me up. See, Al Pierce just got in from church. So I appreciate all of you being with us. So we got some questions. And Over Chicken says, does Vrabel's contract end after this year? I thought he was on a 4-year deal, and it is his 4th year. That's a good question. I'm on a 5-year deal because him and J-Rob are on the same kind of wavelength. I think it's a 5-year deal. So I think he's got another year after this one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see.
My Vrabel contract.
Yeah, I see she's working on the contract, but I believe it is a 4-year deal. It's a 5-year deal instead of 4. So I think him and J-Rob on the same wavelength. They'll be in contract years at the same time. Let's see. Josh says, would you rather have Robinson trade back the 5th overall pick in 2017? I mean, we could have got TJ Watt and Marlon Humphrey. 2017, the 5th overall pick was a guy by the name of Corey Davis. And I was at that draft in Philadelphia with my guy Travis Davis. Shout out to my guy Travis. We were at that draft. And again, I'm going to kind of break this down to how I felt with the picks. I was looking at between Corey Davis, Mike Williams, who's with the Chargers, and John Ross, who is no longer in the league. And I compared them to girls. John Ross was that girl that will be cool, we're friends, but that's all we're going to be. John Ross would have been in the friend zone the whole freaking time. Corey Davis was the girl that we're friends, but you know what? I actually am interested in her. Maybe I would like to date her a little while and see where this goes. Maybe we become boyfriend and girlfriend, and you know, we see where it goes, and then after a while, it's like, you know what? We dated a while, but I think we're just better off being friends. Like, nice girl, dated a while, was all right, but we're better off as friends, not ready to make it real serious. And Mike Williams, who went to the Chargers, ended up, that was like the girl, I'm like, yep, put a ring on it. I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to be in a long relationship. I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to go long term. Because I thought Mike Williams was the best receiver out of the 3. Now, I really wanted Jamal Adams. It would have been nice to have Kevin Byard and Jamal Adams together, and that would have been one hell of a safety duo, without a doubt. Now, of course, that would have meant we wouldn't have had Kenny Vaccaro or Jonathan Cyprian, but I think I would have liked Kevin Byard and Jamal Adams together. The 18th pick on the door, I wanted Jonathan Allen, who went to Washington, I believe, right before. And then O.J. Howard went to Tampa Bay right behind. We could have also had Tre'Davious White, who's in Buffalo. T.J. Watt went late in the first round. I wish we could have got him in the second round. That would have been awesome if we had gotten T.J. Watt. So that's kind of what I think about that. So, Shudder, what do you think? Obviously, it looks like we made a mistake drafting Corey Davis.
Well, I liked the Corey. You didn't like Corey?
I liked, like I said,
You
I
started
compared
missing
girls.
some balls.
I liked Corey, but I wasn't in love. Mike Williams, I was in love. I liked his place. I liked his skill set. Plus, he was injured. So I liked Corey Davis, but I loved Mike Williams. That's just me. And I love Jamal Adams. That's just me.
I don't know. I liked the Corey at first when they first drafted him. I thought maybe he could come in and do something good. It's like I liked AJ when they drafted him. You never know until you get him. Like that Wilson guy we drafted, that was a waste.
Who's that?
Wilson.
Let's not get started on fat ass Panda. Let's not get started on that waste of space. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. I shouldn't say that about the guy. He probably got some stuff going on, and he needs to really get his life together. Hopefully, with the Giants, he do something. Personally, I hope he gets his life together. But as far as a football player, not good at all. Waste of talent. So, on Facebook, PNB somebody says, with all the hype with us getting Julio and say we go to the Super Bowl and after that horrible loss to the Jets, do you think this team can still go far? I'm still going to believe, yes, they can go that far. However, they got a lot of cleaning up to do to get to that point. You know, I know a lot of good teams really hit their stride late. And so maybe this is a good thing. We're starting off slow early. We pick it up later as the year goes on, and we kind of get hot at the right time. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I don't know. But the slow start doesn't help us, and it doesn't breed confidence. So some things have got to get better for this team to really get that far. I still think we have the capability of making the playoffs. I think by default we'll win the division. However, we still got to earn it. And right now, the Titans haven't earned anything yet. So they got work to do. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're going to win the division. We should, as long as we don't go down here and lose to the Jaguars.
Agreed. Because they
better not.
This is a must-win game with the Jags because you got Murderers Row coming up after that. You got Buffalo on Monday night. Then 6 days later, thank God you are at home for both of these, you got the Chiefs. That's Murderers Row already. Then add Sunday night with the Rams and going to Indy again, they're going to look for revenge. So we got our work cut out for us. This game against the Jags is definitely a must-win. But it won't matter if we lose to the Jags. I agree with you.
And I think they're going to be ready for us. They 0-4.
Yeah. And
they want to win.
And they would love nothing more than to just sink us lower. They would. And see, Al comes and said, do you think J-Rod even picked up the phone and inquired about Gilmore and Smith? Seeing that Gilmore went for a 2023 6th-round pick, I would have at least inquired. But see, if we had picked up Gilmore, we would have had to take on his whole contract. And what I thought was messed up is the news came out that the Pats were releasing Gilmore. Then they come back and say, oh, we traded him. I'm like, what? I thought y'all released him. How'd y'all trade him? So I think if he was released, yeah, I think the Titans would have called. I think they would have definitely called for Gilmore. I don't think they would have called for Jalen Smith, even though he would be a major upgrade over Rashaan Evans. Because Rashaan Evans, I'm sorry, I got to take fault because I beat the table for him when he got drafted. He has been a major disappointment. He sucks. David Long and Jayon Brown are way better. Sorry, but not all Alabama players are good. We saw that with Chance Warmack. Add another one to the list. Rashaan Evans sucks. Sorry.
I was cheering for him too.
He sucks.
I like Rashad.
I see we have a troll in the house. Yeah, Ravens. We don't like y'all very much, but thank you for watching the show.
We'll see them in the playoffs.
Yes, we will see y'all soon with that. Beat the Colts, by the way. Help us out. Help us help you. Let's see. There go Robinson drafted an injured guy instead of Jamal Adams or McCaffrey, Watt, or Tre'Davious White. True. The fact that Gilmore only went for a 6 is crazy. I do agree with that. Let's see some of our favorite John Ross with the Giants. Didn't know that? Hey, he's in the team. What is this analogy? Like I said, I compared him to relationships. That's what it was. Blackjack says, do you think our lack of bringing in outside coaching talent is becoming an issue? It does seem like it's the who you know system. I'm not going to say what I really think because I don't want to get nobody riled up. Although I could say it's kind of the you're my boy system, so to speak. Vrabel wants to bring in all of his friends. Jim Schwartz was really the only outside guy he brought in, and he only brought him in not really as a DC, although he should have. But he wanted to bring all his friends with him. Although I missed the hell out of Kerry Coons. If he don't work out as defensive coordinator of Ohio State, please bring him back. Please bring him back. My man catch no balls. It needs to come back. So, what would you think? I mean, I think offensive coordinator Pep Hamilton should have gotten a better look. Defensive coordinator should have been Jim Schwartz. So, do you think we had a problem? Should have brought in some more outside guys?
I think so.
You know,
maybe we'll be in a better situation than we are now. Because the defense, we need some help.
We do need help. I'm going to go ahead and take a few more questions. Raven, I'm not even going to entertain your thoughts. The fact of the matter is, the Ravens the last couple of times have had trouble. Don't be trying to ride the coattails on the fact you stopped them only once. Make it consistent, then we'll talk. Until then, y'all ain't really stopped Derrick Henry. He didn't have no help in that game after A.J. Brown went down. So what happened? What y'all? I'll put that up. What the Ravens did to the Titans in the playoffs was a fluke. Out there, I said it. It was a fluke. It was a one-time deal. You caught us with our pants down a little bit that one time. Arthur Smith was already kind of heading towards Atlanta. So, yeah, take it how you want. But appreciate you watching the show anyway. Ian said, do you think we'll have a more realistic outlook of the team after our games with Buffalo and Kansas City? I think we will definitely know where we are. We need to play up to our competition. So both of these games at home, they better be ready if they know what's good for them, or the fans are really going to start turning on them. So, yeah, we loved when we stomped on y'all logo too, by the way. So we know Raven Big Trust is just being a troll, but I appreciate him watching nevertheless. So he's just being a troll, and we will no longer entertain. I mean, for comedy, because we can throw it right back at him. The Ravens ain't did nothing either. How many Super Bowls has Lamar Jackson won? None. 0. Am I wrong? Did I miss something? How many Super Bowls have the Ravens won recently? Since that 2,000 defense. And since that one that was a fluke against the 49ers, because they had Colin Kaepernick. He wasn't that great of a quarterback at that time. So how many? None since then that mattered. Wow, Overchicken said Jalen Smith was bad. Can't tackle. So that's what it is. So we ain't no longer entertaining Big Trust. He just wants to be a troll. So that's all right. He just want to be a troll. So matter of fact, I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm going to have some fun. Go to timeout for a minute. Go to timeout for a minute, Raven Trust. We'll let you back in later. We'll let you back in a little bit later. I might let you out. But right now, just go to timeout for a minute. So I'm just having some fun. Go to timeout. Let's see. Have you seen evidence in the Schwartz effect? Not really. I really haven't seen that. Let's see. The official TY said maybe he bought into him. Maybe he bought him in to gain that friend relationship. Yes. D09 said, well, see, we got a troll. Yeah, I do. We do have a troll. What's up, Ryan? A lot of people wanted Gilmore or Jalen Smith. So, yeah, we have a troll, but he will block for 5 minutes. He'll get out in a few minutes, y'all. I'm just having some fun with him. That's okay. That's okay. He said it won't win a ring for another 75 years. Hey, we're going to have some fun with Ravens Big Trust. He'll get out in 5 minutes. He'll be all right. But let's go ahead and quickly go into this game with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and let's get to the Blue Enforcer and LaShondra 4 points to victory. So now it is time for the Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory. I appreciate all the back and forth that we've had. I know we had about 30, 35 people in here. Hopefully we get more as time goes on. But it is time for the Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory. How do the Titans get a big win over the Jacksonville Jaguars? Divisional game. And again, you saw the injury report. We got a lot of guys who either limited or didn't practice. Hopefully that changes up as the week goes on. But we're going to quickly do the recap of the last games for each team. As we know, Titans fell to the Jets, 27-24. Despite Derrick Henry's great effort, Jeremy McNichols, Harold Landry with a sack, but we had our issues. Tannehill was sacked 7 times. Not very good at all. The Jacksonville Jaguars, on the other hand, also lost to the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday night, 24-21. Trevor Lawrence was 17-24 for 204 yards. James Robinson had 18 carries, 78 yards, 2 scores. Laviska Shenault, 6 catches, 99 yards. Jags had a sack, but they allowed 5 of 9 on third down and gave up about 7.6 yards per play. And we got the offensive stats for each team. The Titans are 15th in points scored. The Jags are 26th. The Titans are the 9th best offense, 4th best running attack, 22nd best passing attack. The Jags, 23rd offensively, 14th in running the ball. James Robinson is a pretty good back. And 27th in passing the ball. They've only allowed 6 sacks, though. The Titans have allowed 17, which is not good. Defensively, kind of matched up the same. The Titans have allowed almost 27.8 points a game. That's 26th. They are 17th in total defense, 8th against the run, which is pretty good. They're 23rd against the pass, so they're not at the bottom like they used to be. So, I mean, I guess that's kind of good. We have 8 sacks as a team, but our turnover differential is -5. We need to change that. But they did win the turnover battle against the Jets, +1. So that does help. The Jags are 27th in points allowed, scoring defense. They're 30th total defense, 30th against the pass, but 13th against the run. But we know from the past that doesn't really matter. The King has owned the Jags on many levels. So the 4 points to victory. And Chandra, please feel free to jump in anytime.
Okay.
But the first one I'm going to say is, number one, get over last week. Old saying goes, and I heard this in Joanna, man. Jennifer Lewis said it in the movie. She said, ain't no use of crying over spilled milk. What you need to do is go pick you up a paper towel. Basically, clean up this mess. So get over last week. Quit pouting, quit whining, get over it, get your act together, and be the real Tennessee Titans. Any thoughts on that?
Yep. You got to get over it and keep moving. Keep it moving.
Absolutely. Derek, what's up with you? I definitely like that. Fans act a whole different way if we look great this Sunday. I agree. We'll be somewhat back on point. We'll be back on point. Albert said, jump on them early, don't let up, dominate and annihilate. I like that. I definitely like that. Dominate and annihilate. I definitely agree. So I definitely like that. Get over it, get your stuff together, and go out there and be the real Titans. Number two, I'm using a wrestling quote because I am a wrestling fan. Triple H said it best. If you know the WWE, he was over a group of faction with four guys: Batista, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, if y'all know who they are. I'm sure most of you who are wrestling fans know who they are. He said, adjust and adapt or you perish. And that's what it is. And this basically goes to you, Todd Downing, to you, Shane Bowen. Adjust and adapt. Help your quarterback and not get him killed.
You forgot Taylor Lewan. Let him do it on their list too.
Agreed. Taylor, offensive line as well. And when I'm saying that with Todd Downing, help move the pocket, use the zone run, get Tannehill on the move so he can be a little bit mobile, and he ain't standing back there having to take hits. So again, adjust, adapt. If you don't, you will perish. Rather not have us perish, though. Don't you think? So I just said we got to adjust and adapt to the situation. Number three, contain. Last week I said shut down. This time I'm saying contain. Shut down the run because James Robinson is very good. He rushed for over 1,000 yards as a rookie, and he's only getting better. That offensive line is not bad. Shut down the run, get some pressure on Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence likes to get outside the pocket too. He's a little bit mobile. Maybe not as mobile as Zach Wilson, but he can get out of the pocket and make some things happen with his legs too. Get to him and put him down. But one thing about Trevor Lawrence, he's a very smart quarterback. We saw him at Clemson, was very good. And try not to give up the big play and quit playing so far off the ball. Please. I beg you, Shane Bowen. Have them play a little bit closer. 3 to 5 yards. If it's 3rd and long, 5 to 7. But don't be having it where it's 3rd and 3 and they're playing 7 yards back behind the first down marker. Because if that's the case, I'm going to adjust and be like, quick slant. Slant, first down. That's what I would do. And last but not least, get up and don't play down. You did that last week. Don't do it 2 weeks in a row. The Jags, just like the Jets, they got NFL players too. They got Miles Jack. They got Josh Allen, who is a very good pass rusher, by the way. They have LaVisca Chenault, who's an athlete. They got Trevor Lawrence, who I have said it before, in a couple of years, well, I would have said with Urban Meyer, but I don't know what's going to happen there with his shenanigans, could be a problem in a couple of years. They could be a big problem. So, get on them. Don't underestimate. Don't give them hope. You did that against Jacksonville. Convert touchdowns early, jump on them, demoralize them. They have no hope. So, Chandra, what do you think about 4 points? Do you think I'm onto something, or am I talking a bunch of crap?
No, that's what they need to do. Now, are they going to do it? That's a different story. But they have to stop that run. James Robinson will run through that defense. They have to get a stop. They're going to help the offense. And the line got a hold. Got to let Henry get a hold. He needed a touchdown.
I agree. And I know a lot of people are starting to want to give up on Tannehill. They think Miami Tannehill is coming back. Y'all, let me talk some of y'all off the ledge for a second. Tannehill is the very least of our problems. It ain't Tannehill, okay? Tannehill, yes, could get rid of the ball quicker and, not take unnecessary sacks and stuff. I get it. But Tannehill is the least of our troubles. We got a lot more troubles than Tannehill. Let's see, Derek Robinson says, do the Jags have a good O-line? They have an okay O-line.
About as good as ours.
Ours ain't that great right now either.
Exactly.
At the moment. We should blow them out early and then rest Henry. I mean, when was the last time we really did a blowout except the Bills game? If we could do that early, yes, we could rest Henry late. It's time for our first blowout of the season. I agree.
We need to.
How do we feel about Urban Meyer's situation now? There's a lot of stuff going on behind closed doors about Urban Meyer. I don't know what that's going to mean, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping for Jacksonville's sake it continues to be a distraction, so that might help us out. We did blow out the Jags last year. That's true. It would be nice to have a blowout.
We need one.
Red zone. We should have been up 21-0, not 9-0. I would have even said at least 17-0. We should have been up at least 17-0. So in that century, in that possibility. Let's see. John said, "Do you see the play from Lamb and Quisenberry? It's much worse." I mean, right now, I would like to see Sambrilo go at right tackle, and at some point, Vrabel needs to quit being a punk about playing rookies and give Dylan Radunz a chance. The only way Dylan Radunz and Caleb Farley and Elijah Molden are going to get any better is with game reps in the game. You got to take your chances. You drafted them. Give them their shot. Let them see what they can do. If they suck on the field, okay, we'll see it. Now, Elijah Molden had a couple of rough moments, but that was against some speedy receivers he shouldn't have been matched up against in the first place. That's just me. Chandra, correct me if I'm wrong in any reason.
You're not wrong.
BLVG901 says, can we sign Delaney Walker back? I'm sorry. As much as I would love to see Delaney Walker, I don't think he's coming through that door. I would love to see it, though. Christian Fulton pick. No, the backup, of course, sails to snap another field goal. Well, hopefully Aaron Brewer has better luck with snapping the ball. Let's see. I don't know. Radunz look pretty bad in the preseason. It's pretty bad if you're bad in the preseason. I mean, Dylan Radunz hasn't played a real game of football in about 2 years. He played one game in 2 years. He played back in 2019, and in 2020, didn't play at all. And now we're in 2021. Hasn't played a meaningful game in 2 years. Got to knock the rust off. And I don't think Dylan Radunz was terrible in any way. I just think they played him out of position. They need him to focus strictly on playing either left or right tackle. Quit trying to make him a guard. He's not a guard. He's a tackle. Have him play that way. So that's kind of what I think on that. On Sunday for TNT pregame, live from Indigo Night Bar, I will give my prediction. I'm going to hold off until then. But I will say, for fantasy purposes, and I don't know if I have my fantasy up, which I don't have it up right now. Fantasy, in this game, if you got Derrick Henry, you better ride with him. Ride with Derrick Henry. You know he's historically good against the Jags. Ride with Derrick Henry.
You don't think we need to ride with Robinson?
Who, James Robinson?
Mm-hmm. For the Jacksonville.
I mean, the Titan defense is pretty good against the run. Now, James Robinson did do some damage against us last year. So, I mean, if you got James Robinson on your fantasy team, it may not be a bad pick, but the Titans are better against the pass. Now, it would shock me if some people pick Laviska Shenault on their fantasy team. I could see that. I could also see somebody maybe picking up who else could they possibly pick up? I mean, Jamal Agnew, who returned that punt, that missed field goal, that 68-yard against Arizona. I mean, I could see that he's kind of speedy. He could be an underrated fantasy pick, but I would probably say Derrick Henry or James Robinson. I'm sitting Julio because I don't know if Julio's playing. I might sit Tannehill because I don't know what Tannehill's going to do behind this terrible offensive line right now. I'm going to say maybe you could. Well, no, I might be putting too much faith in the Titan defense to pick them up yet. So I would say sit. I don't know if I'm ready to go with A.J. Brown if he plays. I'm going to say right now, continue to sit A.J. Brown. Start Derrick Henry. Maybe bring it up to James Robinson if you got him. Sit A.J. Brown and Ryan Tannehill. That's what I would do for fantasy. But now we're going to get ready to end this show. And before we do again, thank y'all for everybody who's been tuning in. If you want some TNT Titans of Truth swag, again, check out my girl, Latoya Everett Akinyemi, by email at queenbutterflytees@gmail.com or on Instagram at queenbutterflytees, or you can email me as well at canewell817@gmail.com or anywhere on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. Let me know I could get if you get with me. If you can't get with her, you can get with me. Give me your name, address, and your size. It is for small to extra large. I believe it's $20 and $25 for 2X and above. So if you want some Titans of Truth swag, hit me up on that. You can definitely do so. And before we end this show, I'm looking for a random somebody to give a shirt away to. Let's see. I'm just going to pull somebody up. You know what? There it is. Josh, my guy, you have been chosen as the giveaway winner. Make sure you email me your information, or if you got me on Facebook, get up with me. You're going to get a free Titans of Truth shirt on me, whether you want navy or baby blue. Let me know. Get me your information. We'll talk after the show. So, Josh, hit me up. You are my winner for the TNT t-shirt giveaway. I'm supposed to give it away after we hit 1,000 subscribers and after the 200th episode. So I apologize. I got behind on that. We will definitely do another giveaway later on in the year. So, definitely be on the lookout for that. So we will do more. I promise you on that. So Josh, get with me. You are my winner. And email me your information, or if you got me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, hit me up there. We'll talk and make the arrangements. Definitely email me. You got my email, hit me up. So on that, and I'm going to put it up for everybody again. There's my email address, CANEWELL817 Hit me up, and I will get with you on that. So, and again, thank y'all, everybody, for helping me get to 1,000. Now we're on the road to 2,000. So help me get to 2,000. The Chandra's already subscribed and followed me. Y'all do the same thing. Y'all do what LaShondra does and follow up. Follow up. Help me get to 2,000. And so, and again, thank y'all for everything that y'all have done. Thank you for helping me. But last but not least is the Blue Bombshell. And I want to congratulate NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace, who made history at the Talladega Superspeedway this past Sunday. He won the race and became just the second black driver, the second African-American driver in NASCAR history since 1963. And I believe that last driver's name, I had his name up, and I'm going to bring that up right now. But he is the first driver. He's the first driver since Wendell Scott back in 1963. So that's almost 58 years ago to win a NASCAR race. That is historic because that's helping to break that barrier, because you really haven't had a lot of black drivers, whether it be in IndyCar or Formula One or NASCAR. There is a Formula One black driver who races for Great Britain by the name of Lewis Hamilton, who has racked up a lot of wins. I believe he won Formula One last year, and so I think he was the first non-Caucasian driver to do that in Formula One. And so now Bubba Wallace does it in NASCAR. Things are changing. I mean, you had, I forget, Lynn St. James, I believe, was one of the very few female IndyCar drivers. And Danica Patrick, of course, one of the very few female drivers in the NASCAR circuit. So things are breaking, barriers as far as having female drivers and African-American drivers as well. Of course, there are Latino drivers and as well in those circuits. So Diego said Lewis Hamilton is the GOAT of Formula One. Absolutely. I mean, I have the new Formula One 2021 game on my PlayStation 4, and I absolutely love that game. I play it all the time. So, Chandra, I know, are you into racing like that?
Not really.
I mean, we know you tear it up on the highways. We know you tear it up on the highways.
Motorcycle racing. I go to bike races, motorcycles. I don't really do cars.
You don't do cars. Ain't that a trip?
I do motorcycles.
Maybe one day I might have enough courage to get on a motorcycle and try to ride. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Because I'm like, I've seen some people fall. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to be like Cat Williams, where it's like he tried to practice, and was like straightaways was his thing. Straightaways, he like, that's my moment of glory, not the twisted turns. And then he, the next thing you know, he like in his moment of glory, then his tour bus comes up and sees him in the middle of the street with his bike on top of him. And then he said, for the next 500 miles, I drove slow and had him behind me, had his middle finger. So maybe one day I might get on a motorcycle. So shout out to the motorcycle community out there. I know there are plenty of you. Maybe one day I will join LaShondra and the motorcycle community, but I just don't know yet. So before we do get out of here, LaShondra, tell us a little bit about your fandom of being a Tennessee Titan fan. I appreciate you coming on for Ladies Night. It's been a fun time with you. How long have you been a fan, and what just has you loving the Tennessee Titans so much?
I've been a fan since they first came to Nashville because my dad was one back in '99 when they came, and so I had to watch it then. And now I just started loving it and just got into it and just been going. Became a season ticket holder about 6 years ago, and just been coming to the games ever since.
Well, that is amazing, and we love our fan Keisha Baba, our Titans nurse, coming in and saying we looked bad Sunday. Hopefully, we get it together. Today's injury report looks awful. Shout out to my girl Keisha, and who is right here in Memphis as well, and shout out to my guy Kingston, who's also Memphis. I'm gonna tell you, Keisha, I know you work a lot. Hopefully, if you're off on Sunday, and I know you're probably still working, you know where to come to. Kingston, same for you too, and everything. But me and Chandra, we met back last year, and we've been friends ever since. We hit it off right away. Fandom for the Titans have been great. I haven't been down to Alabama yet to kick it. Maybe I will. Maybe
You
she'll
should
teach
come.
me. Maybe she'll teach me how to ride a motorcycle. And I might get better with that. And also, before we do get out of here, I want to put this back up. Thank you. I want to say, first of all, thank you to, first of all of the first responders, the nurses, the doctors, the police, the firemen, for everything that they do. I know it's been a lot of crazy stuff going on, especially here in Memphis with, the mass shooting that happened at the grocery store in Collierville, also a bad shooting at a school here. But, we do have to get better as a people and as a community. This senseless violence has got to stop. And it's happening everywhere. This senseless violence has got to end. For everybody out there, especially any young folks that's watching, quit thinking that guns are the answer just to solve any problem. Yes. I know some of us have our own guns and our own weapons, and we're allowed to do that. I myself am going to be an owner of a pistol very soon myself. But the only reason I'm going to have that is to protect my house and protect myself. I'm not going to be going looking for trouble, but I will use it to defend myself if anybody tries to hurt my family or hurt me in any way. But if that other person don't have a gun, that don't mean you got to pick up one to prove how big and bad you are. That's being a coward. That's being a punk. So this senseless violence has got to end. But shout out to all, and with COVID, make sure y'all mask up, go get vaccinated, and let's all continue to try to strive to get back to being normal again, to where we can all go to Titans games together and we ain't got to wear masks all the time. I still wear my mask all the way through the game. And a lot of y'all do too. But mask up, get vaccinated. And last but not least, with it being October, I know it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And Lashandra, I'm going to let you speak in on this if you know of anybody that's dealt with breast cancer or any type of cancer, because, there's lung cancer, there's blood cancer, there's, you had September was Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. There are many different cancers out there. It's not just breast. It's also, lung, blood, prostate cancer for men. And ladies, don't think you're the only ones that deal with breast cancer. Men deal with breast cancer too. And I give a shout out to my mother-in-law, Ms. Glover Tillman, who is a lung cancer survivor. And I give a shout out to her fighting that good fight. I had a beautiful young lady on from Indigo, one of our Titan fan club members. She's a breast cancer survivor, cancer-free. I am happy about that. Chandra, do you have anybody to shout out that has been a breast cancer survivor or any type of cancer survivor before we get out of here?
Yes. My aunt, she had breast cancer and she's a survivor. Well, two of my aunts actually both had breast cancer and they're survivors. So, yeah, that's it.
So, And shout out to our cancer survivors. And y'all are the real winners. Y'all are the real Titans that tighten up and do that. Y'all are the real heroes and everything. So, with all that being said, LaShondra, would you like to tell everybody where they may be able to find you? I think you might have gained some new friends.
I'm on Facebook, and you tag me on your Facebook, LaShondra.
I have. King Isaac, what's up?
I'm on
How about the
Facebook and
Cowboys?
Instagram.
What about them? What about them Cowboys? I don't really.
That's my brother. If he don't get off of here,
Oh my goodness, we
my
don't care
brother
about
is
the
a
Cowboys.
Cowboys fan. I
You
tell
know
you,
what? But you know what?
brother,
I
get
respect
off
the
of here.
Cowboys. I respect the Cowboys, but and I have friends who are Cowboy fans, but y'all need to quit thinking y'all the freaking center of the universe.
He
You're
loves
not.
him.
You're
He
not.
swear them
You're not the center
Cowboys.
of the universe. Get over that.
You
Please.
sure not, brother.
So again, for LaShondra, for myself, thank y'all for tuning in to Titans and Truth. I know Chandra got to go to work tomorrow. I'm finna go eat some dinner and enjoy my 2 days off and get ready for this game. TNT pregame, get ready at about 11:30, live from Indigo Night Bar. TNT pregame coming, and then the live stream, and then the TNT postgame right after. Get ready for that. More details coming on that. Tighten up. Good night, y'all.
Good night, Chris.
Night. And tighten up, y'all, because that's all we know how to do.